Hello, I'm Luke Atfield. I'm joined by Lewis Cox, our Shrewsbury Town reporter here at the Shropshire Star. Lewis, Shrewsbury aren't in the best of form to finish up the season. Do you reckon Paul Hurst should maybe consider resting some players now that it looks like it's going to be the playoffs for them?
Certainly a debate, Luke. I think at the minute, we're going to final four League One games. Top two's all but gone. Realistically, it would be a miracle now. I think any Town fan would say Paul Hurst basically said that. So it really is an interesting debate because it looks like it's caught up with them. Such a small squad who've done so well, mostly with the same players playing each game. Injuries have caught up with them. The major one really being skipper Abu Agogo, who they dreadfully miss. But Tuesday night's defeat at Charlton, which sort of killed the top two hopes. You had Toto Nsiala, Sean Morley limp off. While we understand those, injuries aren't too bad, just sort of impact things. Stephen Payne pulled up in the warm up as well.
Yeah.
Do you rest them? It's an interesting one because they're 4 games. There's nothing. They've all but mathematically secured third. They just need a point for third, so they're there. The playoffs, they're there. Whatever. So do you rest them? Do you give other players a chance to find some form? Rest your big guys so they're totally fresh. It's an interesting debate actually. I'd like to see what Paul Hurst had to say about it. Me personally, would I give them a couple of games off? Maybe not Saturday against Bury, who are already relegated, and that could be an interesting day. But certainly some of the 4 games, they play next Tuesday night at home. Maybe there will be time in those games to give some of the guys a breather and sit on the bench and just recover. If they play a Saturday, don't let them play until the following Saturday or something like that, just to freshen things up. Maybe, but Paul Hurst might do the absolute opposite, and fair play to him. But there are options to come in and do a job for these 4 games. They're going to pick up a point at some point in the 4 games. So let's see. It's a debate. I don't know what Town fans would do themselves. But there are players that can come in, Max Lowe, Bryn Morris, we saw Sam Jones the other day. Certainly just to freshen things up and give the guys, because the main players have played so often, more or less every week, Tuesdays. And it's hard, it's caught up with them. They haven't got the resources or squad of Blackburn and Wigan. Those 2 teams would have coped, the other night, Blackburn and Wigan. They've got players in reserve to come in, they've spent money on. Town haven't had that fortune, so, fair play to them, but I think the guys deserve a rest. If they're coming off with little impact, little muscle injuries, then we've got to be careful with, what is ultimately the pivotal next month in the playoffs, on the horizon.
There we go. So rest versus rust, that is the question which Paul Hurst has to deal with. For all the latest on Shrewsbury, make sure you stay with us at shropshirestar.com.